Hi everyone, Emily here from Emily Reads, and today I have for you um, just a walkthrough of how I plan on using my new reading planner. So last year I had recorded a walkthrough of the Always Fully Book Planner, and I really liked it at first. I loved all the different challenges, I loved the different trackers in there. Um, I liked having a space where I could write down thoughts on books each day. And then it became too much. And the reason why it became too much is when I finished a book, to update all of the trackers in there, and then to write a review in there, to write down if I was doing like a readathon that month, to update that tracker in a separate notebook because it didn't have enough pages for everything I wanted. So I do keep a separate notebook. And then also to update my spreadsheets, and then to update Goodreads. It was almost 45 minutes to an hour after I finished a book just to update everything. And I do like keeping a spreadsheet because I like tracking, like if I own the book, if I've read it or not. I'm trying to really watch, making sure that I'm reading the books that I'm taking in. And I also wanted everything in one planner. So I did have an Erin Condren planner that I was trying to use, but I wasn't really using it. So I thought maybe if everything's in one book, then maybe I would be more mindful and use things. So after watching several videos, I decided let's go with the Hobinichi Techo. So here's kind of my walkthrough. Now this is, you're to see some Japanese characters. This comes from Japan, and this is a spring start. So they have two release dates. One is in January, so you can get a Techo with a January start date, or you can get one with an April start date. And since I was kind of late in the game, I purchased this in February. I decided, towards the end of February actually, I decided to go with the April start date because I didn't want to have a month and a half, 2 months that I could not use. So first I did a little decorating. All the stickers on the front, with the exception of this one, came from like a bookish vinyl sticker pack that I found on Amazon. This came from a shop. It was a little lovely extra goodie. I had purchased two Fourth Wing bookmarks, one for myself and one for a coworker. She's a paraprofessional who works really hard, and we talk Fourth Wing and Iron Flame theories, and so I wanted to give her just a little thank you at Christmas time for all her hard work. And then the tabs there, and then the monthly tabs on the side I got from Little Coffee Monster Company. And then I realized, like, oops, I wanted to separate my daily pages. So the gradient ones, the green ones, I got in a big sticker pack off of Amazon. It was like $6, and it came with several sheets of these monthly tabs. So I'm set for monthly tabs for years to come now. And then the back has more stickers. I did get like a plastic cover for this, and the plastic cover said that it would fit an A5 size, which is what this is. But there's like this much space on top of just like plastic and not book, and so it was weird. And so I was like, I didn't want to use it. These pages, I'm not sure. Some people I know, they'll decorate them. I don't think I'm going to. The perpetual calendar, I typically don't use. I know some people will use this to track menstrual cycles or pain trackers or holidays or paydays. I just typically don't use them. These, so this is just your year at the glance type pages, or your month trackers by day. I know some people will use it as habit trackers. They'll write the habit like this way and then track what they're doing. I know some people use this to index their daily pages. I am not a habit tracker person. I never have been. Even when I was used to bullet journal, I I never kept up with a habit tracker, and I just don't like flipping back and forth all around in a journal. So I don't think I'll use this as a habit tracker. I could potentially see myself using this as a way to index my daily pages, or I can see this as a way to like record when I start reading a book and then when I finish reading a book, so that way I can just quick look at it for Goodread reviews rather than trying to go through and flip through all my daily pages. And then let me try to find, I have some, and then here is my monthly page for April. So I do color code things. Things that I have covered up with Post-it notes are because they are more confidential. So if it's in purple, that's work-related stuff. My school colors are purple and gold, so I figured purple would stand out. Red I use for medical. So you can see in April I have a mammogram. I'm 46. I have to get checked out. And if you're over 40, ladies, please get checked every year. I did get genetic testing done because my mom passed away from ovarian cancer. My sister had breast cancer. So I got genetic testing done to see if I had the BRCA markers. I do not. So that's great news for me. However, I'm at a 20.12% increased risk for breast cancer. And that 0.12% put me over 20%, which means that because of that, I now have to get screened every 6 months. So I alternate between mammograms or ultrasound. So that's fine. I'd rather get screened more frequently and catch things early. So I use red for medical appointments, and then I also use red to denote if I have an IEP, and then I count back 3 days and write in when I have to send the draft of the IEP home. Those are legal deadlines that I have to follow. So I record those in red too because I want to make sure that I'm making note of that. And then blue is just like personal stuff. So you can see I have a hair appointment on Friday. And then I have my College Board username and password covered up because it's SAT time. And so I'll be giving the SATs. So I wanted to make sure I remember that stuff. So monthlies, I'm going to just use as a traditional monthly calendar. And then weeklies, I think I'll probably record my to-do list. And I probably will keep work and personal together just so that I'm using it. As far as lesson plans, I was using an Eric Condren big lesson planner, and I will probably move to an A5 size lesson planner because I don't have to turn in lesson plans because everything is posted now in Google Classroom. I write an agenda for all my classes in Google Classroom, so admin has access to that, and we don't have to turn in lesson plans, which is nice. But usually how I lesson plan is I just write like a topic, like what activity we're doing that day. So I don't have to do detailed lesson plans for myself because they also change. They change. But I do need to keep track of what I need to do for work and my personal life and stop using Post-it notes all over my desk. So that is that. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to flip to April. Okay. So here in April, so you can see I already have done the cover page. I have terrible handwriting. I wish I could do pretty lettering. I can't. I don't. I've never taken the time to practice pretty lettering. So there's my print. And so I'm participating in the old school April readathon in April, and I love it because it's all like 80s and 90s theme. So what I did is In pencil, so these stickers I just used from an old like Happy Planner book. And then I have this washi tape. I tried to find something like kind of retro and neon. So in the bigger boxes, I used what books I hope to read in April. Yes, I know. Oathbringer is a chonker. I know. I'm hoping to just spend the whole month and read a set number of pages each day, and then the others I can read throughout. So what I did is in pencil, I wrote the different books that I hope to read and then the prompt that it fit. So Muse and Nightmare, Between Shades of Grays, Pity and Pink, because that has I just lost my train of thought, a color in it. Buffy was like, the Buffy prompt has a female protagonist or a female author. And then Young and the Restless is like read a romance. And then River Enchanted, Ferngully, I think it was like music or nature inspired. Okay. And then in the smaller boxes are like activity prompts that you can do. So what I did is I wrote them with pencil because I'm hoping to do them. And then as I complete the prompts, I'll erase them and write it in with pen to indicate that it's been completed. And then if I end up not reading that book, I can just erase it and put in a different book that I actually read. Sorry for the fingers there. As far as what I'm using to write things with, I have been using the Pilot Acroball, and then I also used the Pilot G2s. I love these Pilot G2s. So the thing with the gel pen is you do have to wait like a couple of seconds so that way things don't smear on this paper. Then what I plan on using for the daily pages is just journaling, either, sorry, I thought I had one of the stickers was coming loose. Either journaling just how my day is, mental health prompts, gratitude, whatever I need to journal for mental health. Because I do struggle, especially in the wintertime, I struggle with depression. I also plan on doing like book reviews, book thoughts, especially like longer books or like the classics. There are lots of things that I could do with the daily pages. I'm not 100 memory keeping. I don't want to put to-do lists in my daily pages, but here is what is nice about these daily pages. So you can, if you can see at the top there, there's like checklist boxes. So you can use that for like, these are the top 5 things I want to do today. Or you can use it for a meal planning section. And then the day is split in half. So if you're someone who does track and needs to track like meetings at work, you can do that on this side. And then your to-do list or any other thing that you want to do on this side. As a teacher, I don't really need to track meetings anymore like how I used to when I had when I was a case manager for adults with disabilities, when I would track more of the meetings and appointments. But as a teacher, my schedule doesn't really change much unless there's like a department meeting or an IEP meeting. So I typically don't use hourly trackers as a teacher. That's how I plan on using this. I'm hoping I'll be successful in using it and keeping it up because ever since I've stopped bullet journaling, I've really been struggling trying to find planner piece. Like I said, I loved bullet journaling. I just hated doing all the spreads. And also feeling, I have no artistic talent. I use stickers. I use lots of stickers. But I think the problem with bullet journaling and watching YouTube videos is there's so many beautiful, beautiful spreads. And some people are really artistic, and I'm grateful that they are that artistic ability. But then there is, for those of us who are non-artistic, and I'm speaking for myself, you see those videos and you're just like, man, my bullet journal, it sucks. And I want the pretty bullet journal and I can't do the pretty bullet journal. And it actually stresses me out to try to create a pretty bullet journal. So So I switched and stopped doing bullet journaling. One, because I was feeling bad, and two, because I just stopped wanting to put all the work into it. So, but then ever since then, I've been struggling trying to find planner peace. So hopefully this will give me some planner peace. Yeah, that's all. What do you use to track your books? Bye.